Hello, good people. How have you been? I hope you've been good. For me, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm healthy again after COVID. Yeah, how have you been? Oh, I need to do something. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Yeah, sorry guys, I wanted to increase the brightness of the screen. So, in today's live, I want to talk about the reasons why men, all women who come to Gulf, don't go back to their spouses. Not all of them, not all of them, maybe minority, maybe a small percentage, yeah? A small percentage. Somebody is live with me. Please kindly tell me if you can, I'm audible. Please, just, just type below if I'm audible enough. I don't know. I could be here and I'm not audible. Can you hear me? So guys, there are two types of people who come to Gulf. Not two actually, three. They are the single parents. One, the single parents. Another one, they are spouses who, maybe a man who agree with the wife that there is an opportunity for me to go to Gulf. Before I continue, I want to just confirm if I'm live. Increase your sound. Okay, let me see. And now, Falau, am I clear? Kindly tell me if I'm clear, if I'm audible enough, please. Can you hear me? Yeah, I hope now I can be heard. I want to confirm on my end if I can be heard. Thank you. If I can be heard, that's good. Thank you so much. So guys, as I was saying, there are three types of people who come to Gulf. One, there is the group who are single, like single parents who already they had separated with their spouses long ago, and then they find an opportunity to come to Gulf. Maybe they had kids or they didn't have kids. If they had kids, they live with their relatives and they come. Thank you so much, Falau. Thank you for confirming that I'm audible. Thank you so much. So those ones, okay, that is group one. Another group, there are men who come to Gulf and they agree with their wives. Like a man, you agree with your wife that let me, there is an opportunity for me to go to Gulf. Let me go, and then I will be helping you to take care of the children. I will be sending you money. Uh, and they agree, and the man comes. Okay. Then there are the women also who agree with their men that there is an opportunity for me to go to Gulf. Maybe, for example, if it's a household job, maybe to Saudi Arabia, to Lebanon, you don't need money. Farao, are you married? Yes, I am. I don't have a ring, but I am married. So they agree with their husbands that let me go to Gulf and I will help you with the kids. Maybe they agree where to leave the children, and then will maybe be going there to visit them, and she comes. Yeah. Also, there is this category who maybe the marriage is that is the second one, who agree. The husband agrees with the wife, and the wife agrees with the man, and they separate like that. One comes to Gulf, and the other one is left back home. Thank you, Farao. Then there is the other ones who they are like the marriage is not working. you are there because maybe you don't have you don't want to leave. Maybe you can't take care of the kids. If you have children, if you left and stayed alone, you cannot be able to take care of your children. So an opportunity comes for you to come to Gulf. Maybe a friend tells you, you know what, you can change your life, you can go to Gulf and earn money. So you don't even tell your spouse. You do everything chini ya maji. You do everything silently. You plan everything. You plan where to leave your children. You don't even tell your spouse. And then, pew, on the flying date when you're in the airport, you tell them that you've left. Yeah, those are the people who come to Gulf. Yeah, and now after coming to Gulf, you find that not all of them go back to their spouses. Even the ones who agreed that let me, where am I? I'm in Lebanon, Falau. Thank you, Mary Juliana, for tuning in. Thank you so much. So even the ones who agreed that let me go, either the man or the woman, you find that not all of them go back to their spouses. So in today's video, I want us to discuss like why does that happen? If he was mistreating her, obviously she can't go back. Yeah. Now, number one, it depends on the life you had, both of you. Before, let's say that if you agreed to come, it depends on the life that both of you had before coming to Gulf. Like, how was your relationship before you came? Like Mary Juliana is saying, if he was mistreating her, she can't go back. Yeah, you see, most of these women who come to Gulf and leave their children behind, and I've said, maybe life was not so good, you could not afford basic needs, and then an opportunity comes and you agree with your husband, let her go, okay, let you go, and he lets you go. Now, most of these women, you are in that desperate situation that you could not provide, and you really wanted to. And you really wanted, Farao, let me concentrate on my topic. I can't be reading those comments right now. It's a distraction, but I will get back to you, Farao. Yeah, on Instagram. Type me your Instagram page. I will get back to you. But right now, I can't concentrate on that. Pharaoh has distracted me like now. So there is like the type of relationship they had. As I was saying, maybe she was suffering. She could not provide. You know, there are some men who keep you in the house. They cannot provide you basic needs. You know, like life is hard. They cannot provide for you basic needs, and maybe you are being beaten. Maybe like you didn't have a good. You are in a toxic. Yeah, that's the word. You are in a toxic relationship before you came to Gulf. Now, whether you agreed to come or not, and you were in a toxic relationship, when you come to Gulf, you realize that, why should I go back to that toxic relationship? Why? You just feel that I can't go back to my spouse, because now the things that held you there, maybe you are staying because you could not live with your children, you could not be able to provide for your children. Now you've come to Gulf, you can earn your money, you have saved enough capital, and you can be able to go back home and start something. You can develop yourself. Others come and even stay for 10 years. They go and come, and they are developing themselves such that by the time they go back home, they are ready to settle. Now you find that this person who was being mistreated by the spouse, it's either way. I won't say a man or a woman, because even men suffer from from toxic relationship, right? Yeah, even men suffer. It's not only women who suffer from toxic relationships. So she comes and she finds that now I like, why should I go back to him and go back to the life, when you have lived with somebody and you see that they are toxic, and you realize, why should I go back to him? So you decide, I will not go back to him. I will just take care of my kids. When I go back home, I will live my life alone. Maybe I'll find somebody else, and life continues. Uh, yeah, if he was mistreating her, obviously she can't go back. True. Women stay in toxic relationships because of financial instability. After getting opportunities, they walk out. That's so true. When you, like I said in the beginning, you find that maybe life was so bad for you, like you could not afford basic needs. You come to Gulf, and now you can provide for yourself. Now, since maybe that man was toxic, maybe he could not provide, he could rough you up, he could like those irresponsible men, yeah, those irresponsible men. He was not responsible, and you just stayed there because you could not afford to take care of yourself and the child. So when you come to Gulf, you find that I can't go back to him. I can't. Yeah. Yeah, that is one. Another one of the women who can't come, who don't go, why people don't go back to their spouses is that also when people outgrow each other, they won't go back. Unaacha kuwa their type. Winnie Apula, hi. Ekesa TV, hello. Welcome. I'm talking about why spouses, not necessarily women, don't go back to their spouses after leaving Gulf. Now, there is this outgrowing each other. Now, this one it's not just for people who have come to Gulf. Even back at home, if, for example, you are a housewife, like you get married and you stay in your comfort zone, you just bring up children. Maybe you agreed from the start, you agreed after the baby comes, you stay back home, you take care of the children, and the husband goes out there and earns money and provides for you. Yeah, it does work. Some people agree like that. But you find that as kids come, you continue having children, and the husband also continues growing in his career. He goes out there, he travels the world, he gets that degree, he gets that PhD. For you are just back home taking care of children. You forget that these kids will also outgrow, like they will reach a point that they don't need you to babysit them. But now remember, your husband, who you agreed that he's okay with you staying at home and bringing up children, and he go out there, he develop himself, he grow career wise. Now the topics you used to discuss when he had not grown are no longer relevant for him. Now, a person he has several degrees, maybe he has a PhD, he has a master's. Now, for you, you only have that school leaving certificate, and you're okay staying back home. You were okay. You find that now he no longer finds you his type, because when he comes back home, remember, out there he's meeting women also with the career women with the high education. Those are the people he finds, like the conversation flows with them. But when he comes back home, it's mtoto alifanya hivi, this child did this child is, yeah, like there is no soap, there is no, like you are only giving him the problems that are in the house. There is nothing to discuss about. So he finds that you're not his type anymore. You are no longer his type anymore. Even the women, if there are also women who are more educated than their husbands. The more the difference, the growth difference, not just the more the growth difference, like if a woman grows more than the man, I mean career wise, yeah, self growth. All the man grows more self growth, like career wise, than the wife. That relationship reaches a point where you are no longer each other's type. You are no longer each other's type. He will find you boring, or if it's the woman who has grown career wise, now finds the husband to be boring. The same case with when you come to Gulf, and now you are earning money, either the man or the woman. You have come to Gulf or wherever you've gone, and the person who is left home doesn't grow. Okay, times are hard right now, especially after COVID. People lost jobs and everything, so you find that times are hard, and they cannot there is no opportunities for growth, but you find that this person who has come out and they have grown now, they no longer find the spouse they left home to be their type. They find them maybe demanding, they find them not their type. Now if it's the woman, she now has money. Remember, she now has money, and maybe something you used to do to her, you used to mistreat her, maybe she will not now take that. She will not take that, and you now start saying, oh, she's not submissive, or she's not this and that, but it's the growth that comes with time, with them. So for me, I would say, wherever you are, whether you are away from your spouse, whether you are with your spouse, don't accept to be left behind. Grow with them. If they are getting that degree, you also go to class, get that degree. If they are getting that career, like whatever they are doing, usikubali, don't accept to be left behind. Children will okay, 9 months, will bring up the baby, but these days there are more ways to, like, there are daycares and everything, and you can employ somebody to take care of your child as you go back to school. If it's classes, go back to school. Like, don't be left behind. If you're both not growing, okay, but if one is growing, don't accept to mark time as the other person is growing. Yeah, grow with them, otherwise you will soon be left out. You will become not their type. Some people pretend to be humble when poor, and when they get money, they change. Yeah, that happens. I would say, for example, men, when he has no money, you are married, he has no money. Oh, those people can love you because he has, like, you know he has you are both down, but now when he gets money, now he starts, money changes people. When you have money, even the grooming of a person with money is not the same like the grooming of a person without money. So you find that now that he has money, he changes. Maybe he gets somebody else, especially, let's say we are talking about those who are in Gulf. He come to Gulf. He was so humble, he was so loving when he was back home. He comes to Gulf, and remember, maybe you are there home nagging him. Some women can nagging him. You want to know where every coin of his goes, where every money is going, what he's doing with his money. He starts now finding you nagging, and he changes. He no longer is not the same humble person you knew. He now becomes proud. And if you are home and you are the wife and you are still dependent on him, you realize that, like, he gets tired of you and these things happen. He gets tired of you, and with online things, and if it's here in Gulf, finds somebody else here who takes a lot of his time and all those things. You find that he no longer is interested, He changes. Money changes people. Some women marry because they want someone to pay their bills, and after getting money, they walk out. Some women marry because they want someone to pay their bills, and after getting money, they walk out. Where? Yeah, there are people like that. Maybe she was in when she was in her home, back in her parents' home, she could not afford maybe basic needs. The parent cannot give you money. Maybe you couldn't ask for money. They are taking care of other your siblings. Now when he gets maybe you get married, maybe you have a boyfriend who is giving you money, you get married, but when an opportunity comes, you go to girls. Now you now find that you can afford the things you are being given by this boyfriend of yours. So you find, I'm not going back to him. Yeah. Another reason is communication. Communication. You see, when you come to Gulf, for example, you've come for 2 years minimum. These 2 years, that there is that you find that communication for you, when you come, you have internet, you have Wi-Fi, like you have internet, so you will be online like throughout. But this guy back home, you find that he has to buy data. Maybe when you come, communication was good because he's missing your presence and everything. Even the man, you find that you've come, you have internet. The wife you've left back, she has to buy bundles. In the first few months, she can buy the bundles and everything. And also, if it's the man, he can buy the bundles you are communicating. But as time goes by, 3 months, 4 months, maybe one person starts getting bored of talking to you, or they find somebody else who is near them for you when you are far away. So whatever the reason, but communication breaks. Like communication is not as constant as when you just came, and you find that you get bored, and when communication breaks, you don't know what the other person is doing. You out of sight, first of all, out of mind. Also, when you are not communicating, communication when you are far away is key to the growth of this relationship. Now when he's not talking to you, or when she's not talking to you, you get stressed up maybe. And as the years, as the times goes, and still there is no communication, you find that you like forget about them. You forget about them, and you concentrate on other things. So if people are not communicating, it still can be a reason why people don't go back to their spouses. If, for example, you talk once a week, and once a week, for me, I don't know, but for me, communication, if there is no communication, there is no relationship. If we are not communicating, we are not in a relationship. So if this happens, naturally you just assume that that person maybe has moved on, and you will maybe start digging about them, what is wrong with them, what is happening, and you just find that maybe you find that he's cheating or she's cheating, and this relationship just dies. Some relationships break because men become insecure when women have money, since they can't control them. Some relationships break. Let me put this one. Some relationships break because men become insecure when women have money, since they can't control them. That's so true. That's so true. You find that when the woman, if it's a woman who has come to Gulf and you're left back home, or if you come both, I don't know, whichever, you find that now you want to control, maybe you want to control her resources, or you want to still control her just the way you used to control her when you were home. But you find now that now she has her money, and she wants to plan for her money, and maybe you want to plan to be the one, like you want, I don't know, it all boils down to communication. Okay, to communication between you two. If you want to control your woman, you did control her before she came to Gulf, maybe. But now she comes, she has her own money. You can no longer control her. You can only agree. You can only come together and plan as a couple. But you cannot control. You cannot tell her, I want to do this, or I want us to do this. You can suggest, and you can suggest and tell her, I'm thinking about this. The approaches now has to even change, because you will not tell me, I want to do this. Maybe I don't agree to it. So you will request, or now the approach has to change, because I now have my money and you will not control my money. We will agree, like both of us, hello Prince, welcome, it's okay, you're not so late. Yeah. So Prince, why do you think spouses don't go back to their spouses who they left back home after coming to Gulf or after leaving the country? So you find that now that she has her money, you have to you have to come now to a consensus, like you will not be controlling as you used to be. Okay? Yeah, guys. And men become insecure for real. You find that the man is becoming now insecure, because remember, when she didn't have money, maybe she didn't make her hair, maybe she didn't put on makeup, maybe she didn't buy nice clothes. Now she can afford these things that she didn't afford back then. And you see that, hey, now she's become more beautiful. You start feeling like there are other men who are seeing her, there are other men who are seeing her, and you start bringing in your insecurities, and you start arguing about these things. You start, oh, you know what, there's some men who want you to still like be there down, and now that somebody has come, they're exposed, remember? Now they can afford things that they could not afford back then. Now, if you come here with your insecurities, utaachwa, you will be left, because she wants somebody who will support her. Now, remember, something else you have to know, that when people leave when you leave the place you are used to, wherever you go, even if you leave one county to another, you become exposed. You become exposed. The same happens when we come to Gulf, we become exposed. Either the man or the woman, they become exposed. And the reasoning changes, the mindset changes, and remember, people got internet. So you will go to internet, you will find things that you didn't know that they even exist, because now you have you have internet, you are exposed and such things. You find that this person will not be reasoning like the way she used to reason. Maybe you had agreed on something, yeah? Maybe you had agreed, when I come, when I go to Gulf, maybe you will move to maybe you are living in a single room. You know those single rooms in Kenya where you divide, you put a, a bed, there's a kitchen, that single room is your everything. Maybe you are living in a single room. You agree that when you come, you will move to maybe a 2-bedroom house, one for the parents, one for the kids. You will maybe change kids to school, from school, you take them to another school, a better school, and all those things. But when she comes, she realizes if she does that, or he realizes, whoever, one spouse, the one who comes, realizes that if I move you to a 2-bedroom house, I change the kids from that school to another one, and all that thing, you now realize that that money will only go to those two expenditures, and you will not save anything, you know. So she finds that, or he finds that, no, I cannot agree, because the mindset at that time was not the same with the mindset that they have right now. When he or she comes, the mindset changes, and she realizes, okay, I do those things, I'm not able to save anything. Will we live like that? When I go back home, I cannot now afford that lifestyle. Will we go back to the single room? So you agree that no, you will not go to 2-bedroom house like we agreed. You will maybe continue staying in that single room the way we were staying, but the children, we will change them school. And you find that you start arguing. No, we agreed. No, because now you are exposed, and your mindset has changed. You are thinking about, development things, and not just spending, not just spending. So you start arguing. Finally, the relationship will break because you're not agreeing on things, finances. That is finances. Finance difference. You cause stress and everything, Yeah. So people end up breaking, and he only says, you know what? Since we can't agree on those things, I will take care of the children, and let's call it a quit. And when they go back home, they don't want to go back to that relationship, because you maybe who is left back home, you only want to spend and spend. Okay, it's not bad to spend, but you have to realize that these 2 years, when they finish, you don't want to go back to the life you had before the 2 years, Yeah, so that is one reason why people don't go back to their spouses. They come and separate when they are far away. Another one is that separation, yeah. When you separate with your spouse, you come to Gulf maybe. Oh, it's so hot. You come to Gulf, you leave your spouse back home. Naturally, there is that gap, those years spent away from each other. It's not easy. It's not easy. Those years spent away from each other, you find that, especially if the communication was not consistent, you find that coming back to re-enter that marriage, it's a struggle. It's a struggle for most people, especially if the communication was not good. So those years spent, for me, since I'm here, from my years of experience, I would say, if you are married, if you're not married and you wish to come to Gulf, don't get married and come. No, first go to Gulf or go wherever you want to go. Then you will get married later. Because when you get married and separate, the chances of that relationship breaking up are very, very, very high. Even if everything else is working. Remember, when you are far from each other, the growth is not the same. The growth of the mindset, the reasoning, everything, the growth is not the same. So one person is likely to outgrow the other, and those years spent away, those 2 years, 4 years spent away from each other, everybody grows differently depending on their surrounding. Now here I'm surrounded by people from all walks of life. For you are still, if you are back home, you are still surrounded by the people I left with. So the growth is not the same, and it only takes the grace of God for that relationship to work out after that separation. So what would I say? I would say, if it works If it works when you are back home without leaving each other, the best. But if you have to leave, you really need a lot of work, to put in a lot of effort for that relationship to actually work. But most of the time, it might not work if you just take it for granted, because things happening out here are so much. Yeah, things are so much. Somebody says that some people can't stay loyal in long distance relationships. Who wants to go back to a cheating partner? Let me pin this one, show this one. Some people can't stay loyal in long distance relationship. Who wants to go back to a cheating partner? That's true. You know what? When you come to Gulf, there are zero chances. There are very zero chances of a person in Gulf to cheat. Okay, not zero chances, because in some countries they can cheat. Yeah, in some countries, in Qatar, in Dubai, they can. But in Saudi Arabia and Lebanon, they can't. Yeah. For women, it's zero chances for her to cheat unless she's out of the contract. She's a Kemboy. But if she's on contract, it's zero chances of her to cheat. Now, the person who is back home, unless she cheats online. But what can you do online? Nothing, apart from chatting and flirting and everything. But there is nothing big you can do. But now the one who is back home, whether the woman or the man, you find that they can't be loyal. They can't be loyal because back home there is freedom. They have all the freedom. They have all the chance to go wherever they want to go. They have all the, like, they can do anything they want, and they are being seen. They are being seen by other people. Remember, people will know that you left your husband. You left your husband back home. You are far away for 2 years. People will know that you left your wife back home, and for 2 years you will not be there, right? So that one becomes a loophole for team hyenas, the feces. I don't know what you call them in your country. For us, we call them feces. The team hyenas, it gives them a loophole for them to maybe approach your wife or maybe approach your husband. And you know, the temptations, they're called temptations. They will fall into temptations eventually before the 2 years have finished. Yeah, so they won't be loyal. I'm not saying everybody, but majority of the people, of the partners who are left, they won't be loyal. Long distance relationship takes a lot of effort, a lot of discipline, right? So if you are here and you learn that your partner was cheating, hey, with this like the way there is diseases and everything, maybe even got a baby out there, you don't want to go back to that drama. For real, you don't want to go to baby daddy drama, baby mama drama. For what? It's not worth it. Okay, maybe it's worth it, but I think it's not worth it. So you find that somebody says, that's so much. Why would I go back to a cheating partner? And you know, if they have cheated, they will still cheat. So you decide, instead of a lot of trouble, let me just live alone. Maybe I find somebody else too, and I move on. Or maybe you end up not going back there, and you decide to concentrate on your life. Yeah. So if a partner is not loyal, you decide that you will not go back to them. So which is agreeable? Infidelity. Yeah, even divorce is allowed, and if somebody becomes because of infidelity, like if somebody cheats on you Even in the Bible, divorce is allowed under such grounds. So if somebody leaves and you cheat on her or you cheat on him, he has every right to not come back to you. Okay. And then there is differences in the way finances are handled. As I said earlier, maybe you had agreed you'll do 1, 2, 3. But when you come back, you come to Gulf, you find that now there are differences in the way you had agreed. And maybe one partner wants you to stick to that, to what you had agreed. But the other one now, because they are maybe exposed now, they have changed, they decide, I will not do that, we will not do that. So you start having those differences, and due to those differences, and for men, if he's the one who was left back home, for example, if he was the one who was left back home, and you start having those differences, he will feel that now you have money, you don't want to stick to what we said. He now starts feeling like, is it insecure? You start feeling like that superiority complex. Superiority complex starts creeping in. He starts feeling that now you're not respecting me. Oh, we had agreed on this, you're not doing it, and such things, which might not be true, because now for you you are not refusing to do those things because you don't respect him or anything. No, you just have a different opinion. So if you don't like communicate like how do I say, like communicate well, you might end up separating. You might end up separating, because you find that maybe one partner wants to invest and save, another one wants to take risks and spend. Those differences. There could be women who are spendthrifts, or there are men who are spendthrifts. For them, they only think of spending, taking risks, spending, enjoying life, and another one wants to invest, wants to save. Those differences. Another, there is money. You have those differences, and you end up breaking up. Yeah. Who wants a cheating partner? But I think you can forgive your partner. Can you forgive your partner if, for example, you are far away, you've separated for 2 years because of work? Maybe she's in Gulf, or he's in Gulf, and you are back home. But now your partner who is home gets tempted somewhere. There are women who will throw themselves to a man because he's because he's alone. And there are men also, like a woman atakatiwa. Maybe she falls into temptations maybe once, or the man falls into temptation maybe once, and they are remorseful, and they ask for forgiveness. Would you forgive them and go back to them? For me, I think if somebody messes up when I'm not there, like those 2 years, as long as they don't give birth, I don't want to deal with baby mama dramas. As long as they protect themselves, I would would I forgive them? I think I would forgive. I would outlook, as long as everything else is working, I would outlook some things. But some people want somebody to remain faithful Because even us here, we are faithful, we are not cheating. So we expect even you back home to be faithful, to not cheat, yeah? Yeah. So tell me, Mary Juliana, would you forgive your partner if they cheated on you? You are far away, they got tempted once, they were remorseful, they asked for forgiveness and all that stuff. Would you overlook if everything else is working out? As long as they took care of themselves, like there are no children involved, would you forgive them? Tell me. Some women, when they get money, they want to stay single. Yeah, sure. Let me tell you. Hey, it might sound personal, but oh, no, it's not personal. But for real, not when they get money, they want to stay single. But they don't want to stay single because, like they want to stay single. But because the men who are available, they are troublesome. Like they don't put any effort in the relationship. You find that, yeah, he says he loves you and everything, but no action, no, like nothing to show for the love. I don't know, like you can't prove, like it's just there. So you say, between me fighting with this man every day and me being a single and peaceful, I would rather be single and peaceful. People will say it's because you got money, but money is something that can come and go. For me, for me, I say that money is something that can come and go, and anybody can get money. God can bless anybody anytime and at any stage. So I wouldn't leave somebody because of money per se. But if he's troubling me, if other things are not working, if there is no effort to maintain this relationship from his end, I don't force things. Whether I have the money or not, I will not force things. No. So it's not that people want to be single. Okay, there are people who want to be single, but the very core reason why they want to be single is because they want peace. And these men are not giving them peace. Maybe he's cheating. I have money, you are cheating on me. For whatever reason you are cheating, why would I stay with the cheating partner when I can be able to to take care of myself without you? No, I stay single. Like if you can cheat, for me, if I say if you can cheat on somebody, it's better you dump them and go stay with that person you are cheating them on. You don't have to cheat. Dump this person and go to the other one. Simple. Yeah. So also, if he's irresponsible, there are some men who just sit there and you will be there doing everything. Why would you? For me, I would say if I'm the sole provider, he's just there watching TV and no effort to do something just because I have money. Like that is the work of sugar mummies. If it's a little relationship, like if it's a marriage, hey, I wouldn't stay and provide for a man. Like where I be the mother. I be a mother to a man when I can be single and develop myself. I would rather stay alone, develop myself, than be with a man who I have to provide for. He's irresponsible, no effort on his end, you know? Yeah, so people want to be single for very many reasons, and nobody like wants to really be single. But it's because the men in their lives, the men who are approaching them, they don't meet their standards. Maybe they don't meet their standards. Yeah. um Infidelity is painful. Even if you forgive, you will feel the pain every day. Yeah. Anyway, infidelity is painful. For me, I can forgive all mistakes but not cheating. But you were away from him. like you are away. That's why I said, if you can, if you can stay together, if you can stay together, like instead of separating for work, if you can go together for that work, well and good. If you can if you can, how do you say, if you can go together, well and good. But separating ati mmoja abaki home, one person is left in the country, another one leaves the country for 2 years, if you can avoid that for the sake of your marriage, the better. If you like really want that relationship to work, the better. Because separating is not easy to come back. It's not easy for that relationship to come back. You will have a lot of issues, superiority complex. The man, if he's the man you had left back home, will now feel that you can't be told anything. You are no longer submissive. And it's not that you're not submissive. No. But now you've become exposed. Your reasoning is not the same reasoning you had when you are back home. You now have more ideas. If he wanted a housewife, or back then you were just a housewife, now you want to earn money. Remember, now you've come, you've gotten used to earning money every month. Now you come and somebody wants you to go back to depending on them. Of course you will not agree, because now it becomes very, very difficult for you to go back to being provided for. Now ushazoea, like 2 years you've been used to earning a salary every month and doing your own things. Like, if I want to do anything, I can do it. If I want to buy something for my son, I can do it. If I want to build a house, I can build. If I want to buy land, I can buy. Now I come back to square zero, where whatever I want to do, I have to ask for money. It becomes very hard. It becomes very, 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 very hard. So if you can be together without separating, the better. But now that you've separated already, you have to put in a lot of effort for both of you. Like, you both have to put on a lot of effort for this relationship to actually work. Otherwise, it's very, very hard. Cheating. For me, I can forgive all mistakes, but not cheating. Yeah, cheating is hard. It's hard to accept that somebody actually cheated. How sure can you be that a person who cheated on you is now, when you are with them, they're not thinking about the other person they were with? Hey, it's very hard to imagine. You'll, well, in their head, they will be comparing you with the person they cheated you with. So, mtu akicheat, let them go stay with the person they cheated you with. Poverty makes us settle for less, and when we get money, we want to upgrade. Sasa utakula sukuma na unaweza afford maini. This is the language of most men. Yeah, poverty makes us settle for less, and when we get money, we want to upgrade. And this upgrading, it becomes upgrading for everything. You find that this man, if it's a man, now he has money, and you are in the village, he now sees you like you are less attractive. He now sees you like the sukuma. And there is maini out there, because there are a lot of slay queens online. He sees those pictures every time, and flirting, a lot of groups, so it becomes very, how do you say, it takes the grace. Let me tell you, it takes the grace of God for this marriage to stand. So poverty made you to settle. Even him, he was humbled by that poverty. But now that he's gone out there, he has gotten money, he now starts seeing you like you're less attractive. Maybe back then you could not even afford makeup and all those things. Now he comes here, he finds girls online who they don't even have makeup, but they use Snapchat. You know, Snapchat makes like Snapchat on Snapchat, all those messenger calls. There is a way you can adjust, like you can put makeup on your picture before you take it. Or if it's on a call, there is a way you can change your photo to look like you have makeup. Now he looks at that guy or at that girl like this, and he compares you with the wife back home. You know, he says that he just falls into temptations. You know, men are visual creatures. Yeah. Also the women, they come. There are men on emo. There are men everywhere online. You know, and he starts comparing. He compares you with the person that she's meeting online, with these girls online. You know, and you become like they want to upgrade. They find you less attractive, which makes them to now feel, let me change from sukuma to maini. Like Juliana said, change from sukuma to maini. Well, yeah, guys. What else? What else? He now can afford slay queen, and now you are a kienyeji. Yeah, you become a kienyeji, and he now has a slay queen online. Even the women. Now I have a man who I see he's of good. Maybe my man is there digging in the garden. I don't know. And I have that the image of. I'm saying about the woman who has come. The image she has of his man is when they were poor before she left the country. You know, there is a way poverty makes you look so poor, like so. She has that image. Now she has come, she has met men who are working also in Gulf, men online who are well groomed, they have money, they have now are slay kings. Same with men. They come online, they are slay queens, and now the people back home, whether the husband or the wife, they are now vienyejis, and they find that they are less attractive. They start flattering with the people online, and when they go back home, they want to meet with these people they were flirting with. Maybe they will even plan with them. I'm going home at this particular time. They plan with them. Those people also go back at that particular time. They go and meet them. When you learn that they are cheating on you, even you will not even know. But when they land and you don't see them and they have come, they are busy elsewhere, you will obviously know that he has gotten somebody else. I know of a guy, by the way, who went home, and like when he came to Gulf, they were okay with the wife. But he met somebody online and they went home together, and he actually went with her to the wife's house. The wife had waited for him, so she had cooked and everything. They ate. Then the husband tells the wife, I want to take this girl to show her a place, maybe book her a lodging and everything. And they are with the bags. They take the bags that he's taking her to the lodging. Remember, she has come from, I think he was working in Saudi or in Qatar. They have come all the way together from that country. Instead of her going to their home, and she didn't come from your home. Instead of her going to her home, the man decides to go with her to his wife's place. They go to his wife's place, they eat, and then he tells the wife that he's going to take her to a lodging for her to sleep there. He goes and disappears for 3 days. He disappears with this girl uh, for 3 days. When the wife called that night, he says, "I will come tomorrow." Remember, he took a girl to find her a place to sleep, and the wife had even suggested she sleep on a neighbor's place. A single girl, he sleeps at her place. The husband refused, so he went to show her a lodging. And when the wife called, he says that, I will come tomorrow. What do you expect? Like, Lily, that's for me that is disrespect of the highest order. Like, why would you bring her to me? You'd have booked a lodging there without even coming. Don't even tell me that you came. Do whatever you want, then after you are done, you come. I will not know. But you bring her to my place. How is that relationship even? How are we supposed to live moving forward? Obviously, I know you came with her. You've even brought her to my place. I've seen her. Then you go, you disappear for 3 nights, and then you reappear. No, it will not work. We will just break up for real. Ati, some people want to marry from other countries, while back home they couldn't get the opportunity. Like for me, I want to try Ogamen. That's so true. That's so true. You could come and find that you no longer even want to get married to black, to our fellow African men. You find that now I want a Muzungu. For example, me, I want a Muzungu. That's why did this guy go after telling him that I'm married? What was his name? Farao. Yeah, maybe I'm no longer interested in black men. I now want a white man. You know? Like that exposure. There is something about being exposed, that you can't find it anywhere else. Yeah, the exposure. For me, I say the exposure one gets, you couldn't have gotten it back home. Ati unachoma Stazin official. Nani anachoma? Ni huyu Mary Juliana, si ndio? You want to try Ogamen? Yeah, try. I want to explore. That so much happens. And you find that when mostly girls come and they go out of their contract and they go out there. You find that now they have white men, not really white, Arab men. Why? Because now they no longer want their fellow black men. All they have men from other countries, like Mediterranean is talking about Oga men. There are Philippine men here. There are Bangladesh. There are Sudanese. Yeah, there are Sudanese. There are, so somebody gets exposed out there, somebody gets out of the contract, and if you are out not in the contract, you are free to roam around. You can move around, and as you're moving around, they're also out there moving around. And if you click with somebody, you click with the Philippine, well and good. Ati hutaki kuexplore twende Bangladesh. Yeah, you go to Bangladesh, you go to Philippines, you go to which other country? Or you stay in Arab country here. There are Arab men here. Like, yeah, you can want to explore. Now, if you explore like that, you find that you no longer want to go to the person you left back home. Yeah, a lot of huyu anachoma. Starzin, in which country are you? Where are you? Are you in Kenya? Well, I can't tell from which country is that. Which country are you from and where are you currently? Another reason why partners don't want to go back to their spouses, you'll find that some partners withdraw, like they stop talking about problems. They just keep quiet. They choose to keep quiet, like you're far away from each other. Then you find that your partner back home is no longer opening to you, is no longer telling you things. If they have problems, they don't want to tell you, they don't want to share with you. Like the communication becomes, or the conversation when you talk becomes so plain. There is nothing you're discussing about. She's not opening to you, or he's not opening to you, So if somebody withdraws, it becomes a ground for a breakup, because if they're not talking to you, they're not telling you things like they used to tell you, they're not opening up to you, they're not telling you their problems. All, not just problems, they're not sharing stuffs with you. You just feel that that relationship has become stale, and you also withdraw because you can't go keep pushing things. And when that happens, you become suspicious. If somebody is not opening up to you. For me, what I believe, if you're in a relationship with somebody, they should be like your best friend also. If they're not opening up to you, they're opening to somebody else. Yeah, they're opening to somebody else. So my network has started. If they start not opening up to you, you will push. Obviously, you will push the first time, second time, third time, and then you will eventually give up. When you give up, that relationship becomes like it's null and void. It's broken. It breaks up, and what to do? Everybody moves on. Everybody moves on because you can't force things. Yeah. So if somebody withdraws, it is a ground for a reason not to go back to them. Yeah. But the reason why they withdraw is best known to them. But you can't keep there pushing. Yeah. Yeah. Then there is also inability to resolve conflict. Like if there is misunderstanding, misunderstandings will always be there in every relationship, either your sisters, your brothers, your spouse. You will always have misunderstandings. And remember, it is worse with the spouse because you are brought up differently. This is a person who has known you when you are with your 32 teeth, and you've known them with their 32 teeth. Yeah. Now you have these differences, maybe cultural differences, maybe you have those differences. The way they were brought up is not the same way you were brought up. Yeah. And coming together until you what do they say, kuingiana, before muingiane, it will take a lot. It will take time, and you both have to recognize and adjust to these differences. Now if you don't, maybe you avoid these differences, and now there is also the gap also playing in. You find that if you avoid the differences, still it will not work out. Now the separation makes it worse, because somebody maybe will find somebody who opens up to them, or somebody who meets their qualifications, and also the one who is back home maybe meets somebody who meets their qualifications, and if you don't adjust and recognize the differences, you avoid them, maybe you end up separating. Yeah. Ati some men have lust, but they don't have money to fund that. Wakiomoka, they get what they want. Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. Why does it happen? Like maybe you didn't have money before, and you were okay. But now when ukiomoka, like this one says, some men have lust, but they don't have money to fund that. Wakiomoka, they get what they want. It's so bad. Imagine you struggled with somebody when they didn't have money, you were there for them, you stayed. Like you didn't leave because they didn't have money. But when they get this money, wakiomoka, they start now noticing things they didn't notice before. Maybe they were rusting for somebody who is obviously maybe of a high class, those slave queens, maybe, I don't know. Somebody maybe of a high class, or somebody who dresses like this, does like this, somebody attractive maybe. And since both of you are poor, you can't afford those some things, to make you look attractive. Now when he gets money, now he has everything he needs to get those good men, those good women. Wakiomoka unaachwa kwa mataa. Wakiomoka unaachwa kwa mataa, si ndio? Okay, another reason could be bad company. You find that when you come, maybe you've left your husband behind and you are okay, but then you find friends maybe, and then they start telling you, oh, how can you live, how can you provide for a man, how can you take care of a grown-up, how can he just be back there home at have roles reversed, roles have reversed. Men are the one who are supposed to to provide, yeah. But now you come, you be the one to provide, and maybe you're okay with it. But due to bad company, people who will tell you, oh, how can you take care of a man? Oh, how can you take care of a man when he's just back there seated doing this and that? They start like inciting you. And now with your small mind, you start like these things being fed into you. Gari network inaanza kusumbua. You start like, how can I feed a man? How can I take care of him? He's the one who should be taking care of me, Yeah. And you find that mtu anasema let me just leave, or let me leave him, and I find a man who can take care of me instead. Yeah, those things happen, which is not good. Actually, it's not good. It's better if you really truly loved your man, just stay with him, whether he has or he doesn't have. Question is, if roles were reversed, if he was the one, would he stick by you? That is for you to answer yourself, the person you're dating and the person you are with. But these things happen. Bad company. People tell you, people incite you, they change you. But stay strong. It's not good to have such company. If you know what you want, if you know what you want, if you know what you are doing is the right thing, and your partner is true to you, yeah, it's just good to kuweka pamba kwa masikio, to just stay deaf to such advices, because it will not work for you. It will spoil for you. And if you have children, children are the ones who suffer most from the breakup. Yeah, watoto ndio huumia sana sana. Yeah, guys, tell me now. Nichoka kuongea. Tell me now why you think Star Zane, since she left, should have told me where she is, what she thinks. Let me see the comments. Some people want to marry from other countries when back home they couldn't get the opportunity. Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. If you always like fancied, that is fancying. Not even always. Maybe you didn't even have that mind of marrying from other country when you are back home. But when you come to you leave the country, you realize where there are beautiful men out here from other countries, maybe, or other counties, or other, yeah. And when you get one, hey, you see an opportunity for you to have beautiful children. You see an opportunity for you to have beautiful children. If it's Arab, for example, you see an opportunity for you to have children with beautiful hair, especially girls. For me, I fancy that. Yeah, I won't lie. I fancy, but I don't like. Don't misquote me. But I like to have beautiful children and girls with long, beautiful hair. Only that I don't like. I don't fancy Arabs. But nikipata mzungu, wewe nani wewe? Utanionea viusasa. Yeah, that happens. That happens for real. Some people want to get married from outside from other men outside their own country, but they don't have the opportunity when they are home. When they go out, they get opportunity. Yeah. Not even just getting opportunity. I might not get opportunity to find a white man when I'm here in Lebanon. But since I know I can get when I go home, you find that now somebody doesn't want to go back to their to their old spouse. If it's a lady, obviously, if she wants to get married to a Mzungu, now she has known the tactics, where to find these wazungus. Remember, she had internet, and if she's interested in getting those men, she can still get them back in their country. Yeah, all countries have these white men. So she now has those tactics. She knows where she will go to them. For example, if I want a white man, I'll just go for holiday in Mombasa. I'll go for holiday in Mombasa. I now have the money. I will save for that. I'm giving an example. I'm not saying me. Well, don't misquote me. She will save for that holiday. She will go to Mombasa. That is if she's Kenyan, yeah. She will save. She will go to Mombasa for a week or two. Maybe she will go alone, and she will find a Muzungu there, and she will fulfill her dream. Or she will find them on Tinder. When she gets home, she can log into Tinder and find white men who are around wherever she is. Or if it's Oga, somebody told me she wants an Oga, and now maybe since here you can find them online. Maybe you can find them online and you plan and you meet when you get home. Or when you go back home, now you research, you have maybe researched on where to find them. Yeah. So you end up not going back to your spouse whom you left back home because because now you want to fulfill your fantasy. If you wanted to have a white man, Now what do you say? You are exposed. You have that exposure. You know where to find them, and you have the money to fulfill that goal of finding them. Or maybe if you are married to a Taliban, then you get to experience how people from other countries are tender, soft, and caring. You might want to try it too. And maybe if you are married to a Taliban, how do Taliban do? I've heard this word Taliban, but I've not actually taken time to think what it means or to, what do you say? I've not taken time to Taliban. Taliban, yeah, wale wa, those strict tough men, yeah? I think so. Then somebody was married to a Taliban, those strict tough. Then you experience, you come here. By the way, let me tell you, this Arab, they know to treat their women. Happy wife, happy wife, happy family. They know to treat their women. They can they can treat their women so well. You come and find that where people watu huku wanapendwa, huku women are treated like eggs. Women are treated like eggs, like where they can be all baby like. They can be like babies, and the husband is okay. The husband is okay with the wife being like a baby, and he will be there, tender, soft, caring, showering her with love. And you see that, and you remember that, well, this cannot happen in my country. So you want to experience the same, and you say, even me nikaweza pata Mwarabu anitreat hivi kama mayai, and he treats me like this, like an egg. I will go. Like, some things we say wife material back home, those things don't apply here. Tunakuta, I want to marry a wife material, somebody who can cook for me, can take care of the children. Are you marrying a housemaid, or you want to marry somebody you will do life with? Like back home, men want, I want somebody who can cook, somebody who is clean, somebody who is organized, somebody this, somebody this. Then you are there putting pressure on your wife. Even we used to be told when we were growing up that if you can't cook, you will be taken back to your husband. Like you will be taken, if you get married and you can't cook, you can't take care of a household, you'll be taken back to your mom to teach you. That I want, when I come with my boys, my wife can prepare good food. My wife can entertain them, cook for them, and I want to find the house well kept, to show off to your boys. But let me tell you, here in Arab countries, the wife is just there. The wife is just there for companionship. She's just there for companionship. Visitors will come, and she will stay with the visitors in the sitting or TV room, like she's the visitor, or she's among them. She will not leave the table. It's the husband who will come. Maybe most majority they have a house help. It's the husband who will come, tell the house help what to do, how to serve, and help around, help the house help to serve the guests. They don't even cook. They don't even know anything about a few. Okay, there are those who know, but very few go to the kitchen, especially I'm in Lebanon. I don't know let me not talk about women in other Arab countries. But in Lebanon, women don't go to the kitchen. Hey, they don't. They just sit there with visitors. You will even think the visitors are the owners of the family. If it's taking care of children, they don't. They don't. They leave everything on the house help. Like the house help, you wonder, like in our country, you will find that we have this mentality that if a house help takes care of the husband, like maybe irons his clothes, cleans his clothes, cooks for him, now he can, like he can switch, he can switch roles. He can marry the household, and because the wife is not taking care of him and what, those things don't work here. The wife is treated like an egg. She will not cook. She will not take care of the husband. Like they're just there, like just for companionship, not for her to take care of him. The husband actually is the one who takes care of the wife. Is the one who will, they don't cook. The women, they don't cook. They don't care. They don't care, and they are still loved. I don't know where this African mentality comes that a wife has to cook. A wife, are you marrying a house girl? So somebody comes, she was the one. Kwanza ukiolewa na mtu anaishi, if you are married to somebody who lives in the village, and you even have to take care of his parents, like you become a wife to every, not really a wife, you are a wife to your husband, but you're a worker to every person in the family. Maybe his brothers, they want to come to your place every day to for dinner, and his sisters, you have to take care of his mom and his dad. Because you are married there, you want to be a good wife. That is what being a wife material. That is what being a wife material in Africa means. Hey, kwanza I remember. Let me not talk about that. But that is what being a wife material in Kenya means. That you have to take care of the husband, take care of everything. If it's he lives with his family, and maybe in the village, and they have those sheep and cows and goats and everything and chicken, you will go there and you will work. You'll go to the garden, like the career woman. When you are married, maybe you are just starting up your career and everything. You have a lot on your table, because you have to manage between the household and your work. And that's how some people end up stopping to work, because the work back home is too much for them. That is what being a wife back home is. Now somebody comes here and sees another part of being a wife. It's just for companionship, the way it should be. It's just for a companionship. They delegate the work. They employ workers. They employ somebody to take care of the children. They employ somebody to cook. They employ somebody, they delegate those works. And the wife is just a career woman. She comes back home and gives company, sits with the husband. They watch TV, they watch movie. They don't care if the house is clean, because they have delegated that work. They don't care about the food. They have employed somebody to do that. Well, now you see that, and she says, hey, I don't want to go back to that life. I will also find a man who can treat me like this, who is just there for companionship. He doesn't want a maid for a wife. He wants me for companionship. Okay, there are things I will do, obviously, but it's not like, oh, you have to cook. When you go to the village, you have to kill yourself with those goats and cows and sheep. So he finds these people from other countries are tender, they're soft, they are caring, and she wants to try that. So why not? At some of us want to go to Europe and America, and we end up dating people who are already there and leave our old spouse. Oh my God. You want to live the American dream, the land of milk and honey. Yeah, so true. So true. When, like, this all comes from exposure. from exposure. And also, if you are your Taliban husband, what did you say Taliban is? Let me see. Talibans can't swallow their ego. Ati unasikia mimi I can't pembereza a woman. Those are the Talibans, right? Yeah. So all this boils down to exposure, and you have those. We have the African man who is a Taliban, cannot pembereza a woman. Kupembereza is like to soothe, to take care, to show tenderness, to show love. Our men, where those things we watch on TV, even if you try them, you try being tender, they will say, hey, you're watching too much Hollywood. You're watching too much Hollywood. Yeah, so if I want that tender love and care, not have experienced, but have seen how the whites do it. Maybe I've seen it in the movies. Maybe I've seen even Arab people are so caring to their wives. So like they marry for companionship. Hizi zingine ati giving birth. Okay, they will give birth and give the housemaid the child to take care of. Even the babies will grow thinking that only, okay, the skin color, and they will also tell them that she's not your mom, but you are the one who will take care of that baby until he loves you more than every sorry, he loves you more than everybody else because you are the one who has brought him up. Yeah. I'm hearing like somebody is coming. So that is it. So if like for example I'm exposed to that, I've gotten that exposure and I compare with my Taliban man back home, I say, huko sirudi, huko. Huko sirudi. I want to find myself a man. Okay, a lady says she wants to find herself a man, a white man who will treat her the same. So she will end up dating people. You can find them online. Dating people who are already there in Europe, in America, and you leave your old spouse. It happens. It happens. So men, watch Hollywood movies. Watch Hollywood movies and see how these these women treat their these men treat their women, and try that. A happy woman is equals to a happy marriage. Yeah, for real. A happy woman equals a happy marriage. If your wife is happy, if you make your wife happy, the marriage, for me, I see like most successful marriages, most suc- most successful marriages is where the wife and the man and the woman work as a team. But if there is that hiyo kujifanya, you can't sue the woman, you can't treat her well, you treat her like what do you say, like she's there to work in the house and everything. I don't know how to explain it. Like you don't work as a team. Maybe you lean too much on your mom's side as a man. You're a mommy's boy, and you have to consult your mom on everything before, instead of your wife. Such things. You find that you will not the marriage will not work. So say for example you are consulting your mom on everything, on your sisters, our sister-in-laws. You're consulting your mom on everything, and then when I come here, or she comes to Gulf, now she can take care of herself. She imagines that she's coming back to you, and you will still consult your mom, and you are a mommy's boy. You will still consult your mom, you will still consult your sisters and brothers about whatever you want to do or whatever you are planning. She will leave you with them, and she goes find somebody who knows what they want in their life, and they don't have to consult anybody apart from their wife. Yeah, you have to be a team with your wife. If you like consulted like your relatives, and then I come here and still you want to consult your relatives, no, she will leave. She will leave. She will say, I don't want a person who don't know what they want. Like they have to ask. They have to confirm with their mom if whatever you've planned, like you plan something with somebody. I plan something with my spouse. We are the two of us. It's our future we are building. It's the future of our children we are building. Yeah. But now, instead of him, how do you say? Instead of him like just going ahead with what we've planned, he has to consult his mom. He has to consult his sister. Like we can't even have a secret between us, you know. So when I come, I now have my money, and you still want to consult your relatives. I will leave you with them, and I go and do my own stuffs alone. Because most of the time they will not agree with me. They will want to agree with you. They will want to agree with the man, with their brother, and we will end up having that conflict. You are pulled between me and your relatives, you know. Yeah, you are pulled between your wife and your mom. And who should you, by the way, who should, or why should you even consult your mom on something that you are planning with your wife? Why? So when that happens, you find that the wife now, since she has come, she no longer wants that to happen. And since you don't want to change, you're a Taliban. You don't want to change, you feel that your mom makes the best decisions. She will leave you with her. And she goes. She either stays alone or she finds somebody else who can be a team with her, not a team with his family against. Remember, you are married and you are working for the future of both of you. Your mom has her husband and they have their future. And you are working here for the future of you and your children. Now somebody wants to consult their mom, like wants to put in a third party to build your future with. You will be left there with your mom, and nobody will stay. Even the one you will find next, she will still have the same difficulties because consulting your relatives, everything, like we can't have a secret. It's so bad. Yeah. Let me see. At Talibans can't swallow their ego. Unasikia mimi, I can't pembeleza a woman. Yeah, they are men like that. They feel like they're up there. That ego, whether their wife is away or not. If you are egocentric, well, that one only your mom can take care of. But you marry somebody and you want your ego to take, and that's why, okay, everybody has an ego on something. Yeah, everybody has an ego on something. Maybe I will cover that in another topic. Yeah, but when it comes to the two of us, the marriage institution, you have to lower your ego. Yeah, for the future, for the better of your for the betterment of your relationship. Yeah. Guys, I'm so tired of talking. I'm tired of talking. Thank you, Mary Juliana, for for tuning in. Thank you. Star Zane Official. I will check out your channel. I think I've subscribed to your channel. Thank you, Ekesa TV. Thank you, Prince. Thank you. Let me see who else. Ekesa TV. Thank you, Winnie Apura. Thank you, Farao. Which county are you from here in Kenya? I'm from Nakuru County. I'm from Nakuru County. I want to marry you when you come back, Kamrembo. Farao. Farao is shooting his shot. Can you give me your number? No, I cannot give you my number. Follow me on Instagram, stories_tabe. You can chat me there. I will reply. That was Farao shooting his shot. Farao, I'm sorry, I'm married. I don't have a Taliban. If I had a Taliban, I would come. I would switch. But I don't have a Taliban. Marriage. Okay. I don't know. But marriage, to me, exposure, as I said, exposure. I think marriage is not an achievement. It's not an achievement, but finding a person who you will do life with, who is a person who is willing to do life with you, like doing life with somebody, like they are there for you, they have your back no matter what, like you are their best friend, they are your support system, you are their support system, you are their biggest fan in whatever they do, you are there to encourage them, to motivate them, and they reciprocate. Finding that person is the achievement. They might not necessarily be there for marriage, but it's sweeter if it's in marriage. But to me, I think marriage is not an achievement. It really isn't, because many people are in toxic marriages and they can't live because of society. What will people say about me? What will people think? But it's not an achievement but finding that person who is willing to do life with you, who is willing to be there for you, who is willing to have your back, like you are each other's best friends, you are each other's support system. And if you look around, marriages that work, as I've said, are of people who work as a team. The man and the wife, they work together as a team. Those are the marriages that last. But if you are with somebody who is always pulling you down, somebody who is always discouraging you in whatever you do, they're the first person to discourage you, the first person to think that you can't make it, the first person to put you down. There are people who put you down, even boyfriends. You'd find somebody telling you, oh, can I say what somebody said? Well, let me not say. But if you have somebody who is always putting you down, somebody who brings out the worst in you, there is nobody likes arguing, for example. Like we are always arguing. Nobody likes that. But if somebody makes you argue all the time, if somebody makes you complain all the time, if somebody makes you brings out the worst in you every time, that is not, and then you get married to such a person, what achievement is there? For me personally, marriage is not an achievement. Farao, you said that you want to. Marriage is not an achievement. If we have something we are working on together, we are each other's support system, like there is something bringing us together, then we are each other's best friends, we are each other's. Like if we click, Yeah. Then I could say finding that person is the achievement, is the real work. But marrying, you can marry anybody. Whether that marriage lasts or not, that is the work, you know. Yeah, and you both have to work. There is hakuna ati, they say that, oh, a woman is the one who maintains her marriage, ati wanasema aje, ati mwanamke ndio huvunja ndoa, that a woman is the one who can build, or like a woman is the one who can build, or who can build her marriage, that if it breaks, it's because the woman did not. Why the woman? It takes two to tango. It takes two people for this marriage to work. If it fails, it's because maybe one person was not doing their part. I could give it my all. I could do everything that I think it's supposed to be done. But still the person I'm doing it with is not in for it. Is not doing his part. Is just pulling you down. How should it be my fault? You know? So finding that person who is ready to do life with you, who is ready to be there for you, who is ready to, to do all those things, like to support you, you support each other. You are a team, together everyone achieves more. You're working together towards this marriage. Yeah, that's the only way it can last. But if it's one-sided, ati mwanamke ndiye anafaa, ati a woman is the one who is supposed to make it work, why the woman? You could build it and somebody is making holes on the building, like you are building, like maybe a stone house, and somebody is removing some stones, like some stones on the sides, it will crumble down. So it's not about a woman, it's both parties. If marriage is not an achievement. Somebody mentioned marriage, and that's why I'm saying marriage is not an achievement. Marriage is just an institution like any other, and both parties have to work, have to put in the work. It's an institution, it's a learning institution. And when you go to class to an institution, you have to put in effort if you want to pass, Same with marriage. You've come into this marriage as a man, you have to put in the effort. As a woman, you have to put in the effort. And you both have to agree on how much work you want to put or where you want to go. You have to have the end goal in mind. Where do you want to go? Where do you want us to reach? Unataka tufike wapi na hii relationship? How far do you want this marriage to last? And you have to agree on that. And each person has to do their part, If one person doesn't do their part, the other party will also be doing zero work. Because no matter what they are doing, and somebody else is not doing their part, you are only pulling them down. So you will keep mark timing, Yeah, and above all, you have to put God in it. Yeah, the grace of God is very, very important in marriage. I think so, because no matter how hard you work and God is not in there, it's still very difficult. Like, you will not have the energy to work. You will not have the energy to live. Sometimes love is not enough. Love is not enough reason to keep the marriage working. Passion is not enough. Like those things, fairy tale things, they're not enough. They're not enough. Like I said, you have to have a common purpose, something that brings you together, that unites you together, you know. I don't know like what example I can give you, but you have to have some end goal, a common end goal. Yeah, a common end goal together for it to actually work, and both of you have to put in the work towards that common end goal. Yeah. What else? Mary Juliana kuja tutafute watch time. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Tell me your comments down in the comment section. Yeah. Oh, then there are the people who come, they had separated with their spouse, for example. You had separated with your spouse, you come, and then now that you are here, now that you've come here, maybe you've separated and you even stayed alone, like you stayed single before you came to Gulf. I know of somebody. You separate with your spouse, you get differences and you separate. Then you stay single. Maybe you had children, so you stay with your children. Maybe you go back to your parents, or you rent a house and you start living alone, and you start doing life alone with your children, right? Then an opportunity comes and you want to go, an opportunity comes for you to come maybe to Gulf. You come. Then when you come, you stay those years, but in between those years, this spouse that you had separated with, you start like getting back together. You start talking. You know, it starts with a simple hi. You start talking about the differences you had, like you reconcile online. And when you go back home, you go back to him. I'm saying maybe for the women, you go back to him. But is it a good idea? For me, personally, I think that is a very, very bad idea. Because what has he seen? Remember, you separated for whatever reasons. You went your way, he went his way. You even stayed home for maybe some months before you traveled. Then when you've gone, he hears that you have traveled, and then he starts looking for you online. You start communicating, and you find yourself that sasa ukirudi home, you're going back to him. Where was he before you left? What has changed? What has changed? For me, I think it's a bad idea. I don't know. It could be a blessing in disguise that you were separated, or it could be a blessing in disguise that you came and he found you and maybe you could work things together. It really depends. But for the cases I know, it really didn't work well. You will go back to him. Now he thinks you have money. You will use the money you have or you had, maybe go out, enjoy life and everything, or invest in some things. And then when the money is finished, he disappears. Because where was he actually before you left? Now that you are here, he wants you to go back. And after going back, he's there for some time and leaves. Those are the most cases I know. It didn't actually work so well. So mtu akifanya nini, mkiachana, mmeachana, don't come to Gulf and then now think that something different, something has changed and now you can actually go back to him. Hapana, mtu akae kwao. If you separated, you separated. There is no point going back because it will only waste you. Especially for the women. For me, I say women are the ones who should like, how do you say, like who should Be conscious, be more conscious about their future. Remember, when a woman, when you get together with a man, yeah, mm, you give him access to your body. If you get pregnant, it's your stomach that grows big. You bring up that those mood swings, those 9 months, um it's you who will be in mood swings. The men will not be in mood swings. It's you who will have those cravings. The man will not be having cravings. You will have a big stomach. The man will not. Stretch marks. The man will not. When you go to that labor ward, it's your life and the child's life that is in danger. His life is still okay. You bring that baby, it's you who will breastfeed. You know, those biological changes on your body after giving birth, it's you. Ukichapa, wewe ndio utachapa. For him, kwanza when you start breastfeeding, the hair starts dropping. Your hair starts dropping and this hairline start cutting off. His will still be intact. You start gaining baby weight. Him, he's still okay. Your boobs grow big. Him, he's still okay. Then he leaves. He leaves. When he leaves, it's you who will take care of this child alone. So for me, I think women should be more conscious of the people they engage with, of the people they let into their life, because like everything changes for you, while for the man it still remains. Yeah, for the man it still remains. So you go back to your ex who he didn't give you happiness. Now you go back to him. He leaves you with a baby and still lives, and maybe he had left you with others before you left. Now you become a single mother again, another child again. It's us women who should be more conscious about the people we let into our lives, because it's not easy. It's not easy. At men are the head and are supposed to contribute 75% and ladies 25%. Imagine the woman working to send the man money. Hey, working to send a man money. Yeah, as we said, both of you should grow. Even if you left the man back home, let there be growth on his end. Something noticeable. Let there be growth on his end. Maybe you can also, if he's willing, you can pay for him maybe commission. He comes also and works. Or if he's there, let there be growth on his side. Yeah. As Jurana is saying, men are supposed to contribute 75% and ladies 25%. Working to send a man money. That one is relative, because for me, I think it's let him work and take care of himself. Back there, you take care of your children. When you go back home, you will combine those money and do something together. But sending him money, not with our African men. I don't know. For me, I have a negative attitude about sending a man money. I will pay school fees and maybe some pocket money for the children. I think that should be enough. Let him pay for the housing and other things. But then after the 2 years, you can go and see what to do if you still want to be together. But sending him your salary to inaitwa kufanya nini? To kupangia, you will go home and find that there is nothing. These things happen. Not that I'm being negative, actually. These things happen. And they don't end up well. So for me, I would say, take care of your children, obviously, maybe pay school fees. Not everything also, because the kids are not yours alone. They are for both of you, right? So agree on what you will on what you will contribute and save the rest of the money. It's not even actually so much. It's not actually so much. Save. When you go back home, you will see what you can do, both of you, and life goes on. But sending him all the money to Kupangia, you will go home and find that there is another woman in there taking care of that money. Those things happen, my dears. At X ni X, I can't go back there. X ni X. But sometimes kids make people go back together. Sometimes your children can make you, but that is from a point of luck for me, I think. Somebody mentioned to me this, what I want to say, that the kid, he has a boy, and this boy always wants the dad is here actually. The dad, he is here in Gulf. They were together when he came, but for wait, Siameka. He has stayed 5 years. He has never gone back home. When he came, they were together. He found an opportunity, he came to Gulf. When he came to Gulf, okay, they were paying rent. Then he said that the wife he will not pay rent now. He should go to his parents' house. Okay, he stopped paying rent, and the girl had to go with 2 children to go stay with the mom, the mother-in-law. And with the mother-in-law, like I said, you're expected to be the house girl now, because you don't have a career. Now you were a housewife. Now there is goats, there is chicken, there is where, and there is a garden to go to. So they made her like the household. And the husband was sending money to the mother, and since they're in the same household, they are living in, the mom has a big house, so remember, before the man left, they were renting. Now he thinks he will not pay rent again, let the wife and children go stay with the mother-in-law now. And they go, the mother-in-law is the custodian of everything for the son. And it will still bring conflict, because you as a wife, you will feel, why should he trust his mom more than me? I'm the mother of his children. He's his mom's child, but I'm the mother of his own children, So there was conflict, and the girl went back home and all those things. Eventually, this man starts feeling that this girl is so nagging, and finds another girl. He came home and didn't look for his family. He went to a girl they had met online, and the girl conceived, and he came back here in Gulf. When he came back here in Gulf, now remember, now he has another family. Hii mambo ni ngumu. He has another family right now, and okay, he's taking care of the first children, like just paying rent. But let me not talk about that. But X ni X, not going back to X's. Because if you didn't find happiness somewhere, there is nothing that will make that person is still the same. They are still them. That character is there, unless you go for counseling. And you go for counseling, and you see like they have actually changed, but they are still the same character. They are still the same, and they will still be who they were. Yeah. And especially if somebody has moved on with somebody else, and then you come back, which number are you from the time he moved on? You just leave them and also move on. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Now I'm better. I'm still coughing though, sure, but I'm better. Bye guys, thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Maybe I'll do another live tomorrow. Yeah, I'll do another live tomorrow. Bye guys, bye. See you in my next video. See you when I see you. See you when you can't avoid me. Watch my videos guys, watch to the end. We have to monetize soon, right? We have to monetize soon before the year ends. Bye guys, thank you for watching. Thank you Juliana, thank you all the others who joined. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. Bye.